Today, I'm on a rather hidden stretch of on the road in the LPWA with Reggie Bennett. And Reg, I think it's fitting because it seems like you kind of want to be a little bit alone with your thoughts. I know the devastating and very honestly what could be crippling and career-ending injury to Shelly Francis at the hands of Bad Black and Beautiful has got to be very tough to deal with.
Ken, it is tough to deal with. It's a shame that this had to happen. I had a real good tag team partner in Shelly, and it bothers me, but things have got to go on.
Well, there's no question you and Shelly Francis certainly had a bright future, but underlying the injury aspect in any professional sport, be it professional football, auto racing, what have you, when someone you work very closely with and develop a bond between is seriously injured, what does that do to your psyche?
Well, it does mess with your mind a bit there, Ken, but you can't dwell on the negative part of the wrestling. It's a very physical sport, and you have to go out there and wrestle the best match that you possibly can.
Do you think with that injury, I'm sure it's always in the back of your mind, that you may find yourself beginning to wrestle a little bit more conservatively than you normally have, just to try basically and guard against injury?
No, I'm going out there, I'm honing my skills, I'm getting a lot of training in, I'm running, I'm getting my wind up, and I'm trying to be the best wrestler that I possibly can. So you can't hold back.
Now, what does the future hold for Reggie Bennett? Are you going to look for another tag team partner and pursue tag team wrestling, or perhaps look more towards singles competition?
Well, losing Shelly had a big part, with all this. So I'm thinking very seriously about considering doing single matches more. I'd like a shot at the title.
What about your workouts? I know right after the injury it was a little tough to get motivated, but do you find yourself becoming the Reggie Bennett of old?
Yeah, slowly but surely I am.
Of course, not admitting to it, as you notice.
Well, about as to be expected.
Well, a lot of times you can say, I pulled her down by the hair, and if the guy asks you, did you pull her by the hair? Say, yeah, but did you see it?
Well, she did it. We certainly saw it there. It was very clear, but you've got to give Rusty Thomas credit. Keeps the referee out of position. Now Reggie Bennett back to her feet. Rusty again, even there, using more leverage. So far, it's been all Rusty Thomas early on. Maybe what Reggie needs is to get beaten up enough where she kind of gets mad. But so far, it's not the Reggie Bennett we're used to seeing. And now Rusty Thomas just stands right on that shoulder and throat.
A lot of times, that's exactly what it takes. Some of the people, especially the big ones and the strong ones, they've got a kind of an easy disposition about things. They're not as feisty and as on edge as, say, the smaller athlete. Because the smaller athlete knows what he's got to do. So then all of a sudden, when you stir them up enough, believe me, when something that big and powerful becomes a hornet's nest, then you got problems.
Well, right now, Reggie Bennett with a hammerlock on Rusty Thomas. Thomas looks like trying to make her way to the ropes, but she's got a mountain to move in Reggie Bennett. Now Bennett lets go of the hammerlock, goes for a headlock.
I'm not sure I can agree that it was a smart thing. When you've got a good hold on someone and it seems to be baffling them, don't leave it to go to something else because you think you're going to gain some more advantage.
Now she goes back to the hammerlock.
Yeah.
The old adage, if it's not broke, don't be so quick to fix it.
Exactly. She must have heard us. Figured I better get back to where I was going, but
she goes, let's see, Nick Bockwinkel was world champion 4 times. I better pay attention to him. But there, that leverage, she got a little too far forward, and Rusty Thomas able to whip her over and gain a count of 1. I don't think Rusty really thought she could pick up a pin, but just figuring at least break the hold. Now Reggie continues to take a beating in the corner. Rusty holds on. Oh, Rusty made a mistake. She broke a little too long, and Reggie comes out of the corner. I think Reggie's dander may be up a little bit because she's suddenly hammering away at Rusty Thomas. Takes her over now with a heel throw. And this time goes right to work, continues to stay on her.
They call that a snap mare, and you can understand why it's a snap, because whoop, you come over hard and fast and furious.
Now Rusty Thomas decides to bail out. Discretion is the better part of valor, which also translates sometimes to it's better to be a live chicken than a dead duck.
You got it.
And I can't blame Rusty for not wanting to do more battle with Reggie Bennett. It's almost like she's kind of slowly awakening a sleeping giant as Rusty now climbs back into the ring.
I think she's going to emotionally, if there's been a little bit a dent in her spirit as far as her partner being hurt, Reggie's going to come back from it. I'm sure of it.
Rusty made a mistake there. I don't know what she was trying to do, but she jumped right into the arms of Reggie Bennett. And you don't think of powerful arms that can bench 285 pounds can crack a rib or two? Just ask Rusty Thomas. Take a look at the pain showing on her face. But she is able to just snap those arms and affect that inner ear, and does it again. It's like a set of cymbals going off inside your head. Not painful, but boy, does it hurt.
I'm afraid, in looking at these two ladies, that I'd have to get myself a short haircut.
Now, Rusty trying to set her up.
Oh, backslide.
Backfired. Reggie turned her over, count of 2. And 2 is all, but very close. Rusty now going, picks up her toe hold and takes her down. Now drapes that lower leg across the bottom rope. Standing right on it. Boy, that can hyperextend the knee if she's not careful the way she comes down on it.
Just the pain on the side of the ankle is enough, regardless of what happens to the knee. I can tell you from experience.
Rusty holds on. Now splitting up, going right to the work on the hamstring area of Reggie Bennett. I'd have to say so far in this one, Rusty Thomas has had much the better of it for the most part.
Yes, she has. And I think for whatever reason, it's what we talked about earlier in the match. And that is that Reggie Bennett's spirit seems to be down a little.
It really does. And now Reggie with a powerful body scissors on Rusty Thomas, and she's got just as much strength in those legs as she does in that upper body.
You can see, look at the power in her arms and her upper body as well, and she's probably got the strongest set of legs in the LPWA.
Certainly the strongest set of arms. Benching too close to 300 pounds.
You look at
Terry Power.
Terry Power, yes. I mean, you know, it might be a contest between the two of them.
And right now, Reggie Bennett with a full Nelson on Rusty Thomas, and that's got to be putting some pressure on that back vertebrae with the tremendous strength Reggie has in that upper body. Referee checking Rusty Thomas not about to submit. Trying now to hook her around, and is able to do so, and comes right down with a toe hold. Nice move by Rusty Thomas.
One of the things you're seeing here is what is the chess game of wrestling. And then for every move, for every hold, there's something that'll counter it. And I mean, here we were looking at basically almost a full Nelson, and then all of a sudden we looked at what legs came into play and eradicated the arms.
And Reggie snaps her over.
Good suplex.
Now goes for a cover. Splash, just a count of about 1.5. And Rusty Thomas decides to bail out once again.
Absolutely. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. See, the people are booing, but what you got to understand, when a quarterback on Sunday runs to the sidelines, they call it smart football.
Yep.
So I'm not quite sure why they want to boo this person.
Well, I have to say the crowd is behind Reggie Bennett no matter what. No matter what Rusty Thomas did, I think she'd be the brunt of the bruise here.
So that in Philadelphia, let's say that Montana will be booed for running onto the sidelines.
I guarantee he'll be booed for hitting Roger Craig with a long one. That I can tell you.
Okay.
And now Reggie Bennett with a toe hold. Count of 1 as Rusty Thomas just drops her shoulders, enduring the pain.
Making the ankle longer. She shouldn't really complain. She may be taller. Oh, this is nice too. You know, right to the very back, you can see the pressure from the arm right on the shin bone and the hyperextension of
that calf. You won't have to worry about shin splints if that calf is stretched out that way.
Oh, no. I must have been a little bit insane. I allowed myself to go through this.
Yeah, but all you have to do, any question, just check your bank account.
Well, that might be true, but then I have to go to the doctor as much as I do the bank.
Reggie again holding on to that leg. But I know 4 times wearing that belt around your waist, emblematic of the world's heavyweight champion, probably made some of the pain go away. As handful of hair, not legal, but it's certainly effective. As Rusty Thomas now hammers away at the back of Reggie Bennett. Reggie fighting her way to her feet.
Ooh. Ooh.
Hammering away at Rusty Thomas.
Rusty throws a punch like a man. And the girls, pound for pound, I think put more into it than the men.
Oh, did she snap that head back?
Timid on the part of Thomas coming off the ropes. I'm not quite sure she had decided in her mind what she wanted to do or which way she wanted to go, and it didn't help her in the least. Not running into a woman that's bigger than you are.
And scoop slam by Reggie Bennett. Up splash. Count of 1, count of 2, and Rusty is able to kick her off at the count of 2.
Rusty used all that weight to get up into the air and come down on her and really knock the air out of her.
Into the corner. Now, What's Reggie going to do? And just decides to hammer away. Try to pull her off. Thomas didn't want to come, so make the best of it. Now Rusty Thomas again on her knees, not wanting to tango with Bennett. Rusty Thomas inviting one of the fans in.
Take my place.
Yeah, sorry, it's not a tag team matchup.
I think she got the wind knocked out of herself pretty good there. Only thing is, I hate to see Reggie back off the way she is.
And Rusty kind of throws her hands up in disgust and not wanting any part of Reggie Bennett. Asking for a timeout. There is none. Referee continue to count. Now Rusty backs Reggie into the ropes.
Believe me, there are times when you're in the ring and things are happening to you, you do ask yourself, what am I doing here?
Oh, Reggie tried to catch her with a clothesline, didn't quite, but that power scooped her right up with a scoop slam.
And that's the thing. I mean, she's just that much bigger where neither one of them had any momentum. Rusty just ran into something that she couldn't handle.
Oh, what a spinning backbreaker. What a move. Hooks the leg, count of 1, count of 2. Evidently it was a count of 3.